Hello everybody, it's me, Code Trucker Looter, signing in for another episode of the C# Crash Course Challenge. And here we have the last episode of the chapter of the chapter 2, which are data types and variables. And with this, we're gonna talk about booleans, strings, and characters. Anyway, let's start with the first exercise, okay? See, variable, yes. So it's gonna be Boolean app1. If you can hear a cat, that's my cat. Sorry about it. She's getting a little bit naughty, even though she was playing outside for quite a while, since 5 a.m. Anyway, start with using system. Whoa. So, system class program static void main curly brackets. So first, create the variables. We have bool value. Okay, we're gonna assign bool value to true. Then console.writeLine, console.writeLine, okay, bool value, no text. What we're gonna do, the value is bool value. Okay, now I'm gonna say again, bool value equals false. Console.writeLine, the value is all right. Value. We run. The value is true, and then the value is false. So let's break this down, okay? Let's close the console. So what does the Boolean variable do? So the Boolean variable stores just two cases or values, either true or false. This is very useful in order to manipulate decision making, which is the next chapter, by the way. So that's why I'm trying to do a little bit of emphasis in this section. Bool value is our Boolean variable, which we haven't assigned a value yet, because I want to show you how you can actually create multiple instances when you go down the line. So we put in line 10 bool value, we assign the value to true. Therefore, that's why it says console.writeLine, the value is bool value. This value is still true. In line 14, we change the value into false. Therefore, going to appear false in the second line. In the second line. Okay? So now another way that we can find false and true, or better said, another way that the computer can find false and true statements, it's by doing some mathematics. So for example, we have here integer num1, we're going to assign it to 5, and we have integer num2, which we're going to assign it to 10. So now we want to say that we want to try for the computer to guess which number is actually greater. So we're going to see, for example, console.writeLine silence say for example, num1 is greater. She wants to play. Really, you want to play? Ah, okay. Hold on a minute. She's getting naughty. All right. Num2. What will the value will be? What will the result will be? Let's see. We save, and now we is false here, right? It says false over here. Why? Well, because the computer knows that 5 it's not greater than 10. These relational operators are we're gonna see more in depth in the next chapter. It's gonna be next week. But basically, that's how it is. Okay. Now, let's get going to the second exercise. A new project console. Bool app2. How actually is a Boolean app2? Boolean app2. Using system, okay, class program, have static void main, okay. We have the Boolean variable called result, all right. We also have the result. I'm gonna say that here, this is a perfect other example, right? 5 is minus 3, is greater than 3, and this sign, the 2 ampersand sign, it's as an and. It basically means and, as in this and that. So this statement and the next statement over here, 10 is less than 20, right? This will actually be a true statement. Bool, have another Boolean variable, is not true. Not true. Therefore, I'm going to console that right line. The result is result, and also the value is it's not true. All right, and let's get going with the build. The result is true, the value is false. How about that, huh? It's very cool, and you're gonna see more about Boolean in the next episode, but this is basically how it goes in a very, very dumbed down version, okay? In a very dumbed down way to explain it, this is how the Boolean works. Either true or false, you can do a lot of things. Basically, for example, when you say, when you created a game and you want the player to jump, basically there's a little system in the in the player's game control that says is jump or is in ground. If it's in the ground, is equals to true, then you are able to jump. See, it's very you will see several ways in order to see how this variable works. And again, let me talk to my kitty. All right, let's see if by sitting on my lap, she gets a little bit more comfortable. So we saw already a lot of the Boolean. And oh my gosh, you little shit demon. Now let's see what's going on with the other exercise, which is gonna be strings. So strings manipulation. This is actually a pretty cool stuff to do. So we go in full file, project, C# projects, string, app 1. Create using system class program static void main, and we have using the string keyword. We can use string, like string 1 for example, str1. Okay, and we say hello, this is C#. Console.write line. Oh, str1. Okay. We build and we deploy. Hello, this is sharp. See, we just put the value of the string 1 here into our console write line. But what about this? So we use the string variable keyword, right? What about if we use the class? So we use string str2 new string. It's gonna be times 5. What will happen? We build and we deploy. Oh, forgot something. This will prompt to do the character A 5 times. So this, as you can see here, it's not a string. It's actually a character, right? Because it only has one key and it is just enclosed in single quotation marks. Therefore, it's a character. This difference between a character and a string is that the text that is around the quotation marks differs. If it is a single quote, it is a character, and if it is a double quote, it's a string. Therefore, we have that. All right, so we already talked about the character, so let's actually go with the character, okay? Silence you, little demon. Okay. Char 1. Go next. Yes. Using system class program. And we say, so the character, of course, are single letters, they're single, basically, keys that you can use. For example, we have the character letter, which is equals to, I can put A over here. There we go. We also have character digit, so you can use digits in as characters. We have character symbols. You can use symbols as well, like for example the pound key, right? Console that right line. Use letter, digit, sure, and symbol. Thank you. Thank you, IntelliSense. Didn't ask you for me. I didn't ask you to do that, but you did it anyway. Thank you. We build and then we run a 5 pound. See, super easy. Of course, we'll see more of using characters. We can use characters in order to move a character in order to proceed with different options, like main menu kind of thing, or like a trivia style of questions, right? You press this key and then this will happen, or you press Y or press N for either yes or no. So it's very cool how you can see how the character variable plays out. And with that being said, guys, I want you to create your own little programs with these variables. We saw the integers, the double floating point variables. We saw the strings, Boolean, characters. You can do a lot of things, like a lot of little projects with these kind of variables, right? So I want you to brainstorm what you can do, okay? Because next week we are going to see the next chapter, which is decision making. How to make the program makes decisions in order to create a um, more interactive program. Okay. So thank you very much, guys. See you guys next time. Bye bye.